Boys and girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick a card, and today is gonna be why are they acting like this? So that could be that they're acting really badly or very nicely, and you're kind of suspicious. Why? But obviously, if everything was great, you would not even look at this video. So let's have a look. Let's be cool, right? Okay, two pounds. Can't really shuffle over the top still, but anyway, let's do this. Okay, so 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, so pile number one, wine. Wine, no, we don't do wine. Pile number one, holy mother god, I don't even drink. Why are they acting like this? Queen of Sword, the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Sword. Interesting. So yes, obviously, they're acting like this, whatever they do, because you're the Queen of Swords, Holy Mother of God. Or let's reverse it. Let's make it exciting as well. Maybe they're acting like this, they're cutting you off. Why? What did you do to them? Or what you didn't do to them? I don't know. Anyhow, even if it's work, because let's not always focus upon love, right? It can be absolutely a work situation, obviously. So someone has cut off somebody in a very harsh way. It was one sword, but boy, that was like whoosh, that kind of sword. Okay, doesn't really matter because the wheel is obviously carry on is moving and is obviously moving for forward in the right direction. Good luck is on your side. So it's, yes, maybe it was supposed to be cut off because it wasn't really working, a bit like a tower moment, like things that have to be like sorted and clear and whatever in order to be no, there's no mosquito here. In order to actually be cleared and then obviously move to the next level indeed. So why they acting like this? Because it was a necessary things to do. Whether you cut them off or they cut you off, it was necessary because you needed to move on to the next level. You couldn't stagnate. The situation the way it was just not acceptable, whether it's work or relationship, right? And as a result, what we have is moving towards calmer water. Does it mean that you're going to be still together? Does it mean that you will be working together for that firm or whatever? Let's figure it out. But it's definitely an idea of calm and serenity. And really, you will look back and you will think, it was for the best. Really, it was. And destiny knew better. Again, right? There's so much we can do as human being. Is also, destiny is deciding, really. So yes, at the moment, you might feel a little bit like waiting, but you're not really waiting in a sense like, oh, I'm desperate. No, you're not next to the phone waiting. No, because you have a life to live, right? It's just more like you've done everything you could. If you needed to cut that person off, you did it, and obviously you did. And if that person cut you off, well, so be it. At the end of the day, what happened is like you waiting for the ship to come back to the harbor, right? So, as I like to say, it's an idea of like, well, I've done my homework. Now it's like whoever are there, you do your homework, or whatever needs to be sorted, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It will be okay. Friday, or whatever you're watching, it doesn't really matter which day we are. Okay, so yes, the reason why they maybe are being acting like this as well is because they thought you were too much for them to handle. Mamma mia. Wow, today is splendid. There's fireworks already. Yeah, you were too much to handle. Maybe I should do it in French, really. However, they were behaving very much in an arrogant way, as a defensive mechanism. It's not because they don't care; they do care, but they didn't know, if it was a new position at work, they really didn't know how to use your talents. They just like, I don't know, really, you may be overqualified for this position. I really don't know where to put you, right? However, instead of saying that, they were like, oh, we don't really need you. Something very defensive and very cutting, which wasn't necessary, but because they didn't know how to handle you. but no problem away, because we have an offer here. And if it's love, it's magnificent. It's an offer really of love, because they're going to say, well, I had love at first sight for you. I kind of defend myself from it, or maybe or you cut me off, but I can't, let you go because I truly love you. And it's really powerful. And if it's a work, a job, whatever, it's definitely an offer from the universe saying, well, the job is yours. It has to be. It has to be. Destiny is giving to you in your face. So here you have it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely loving it. Okay, so moving on. Pile number 2. Whew, so effective today. She says. So why is it acting like this? Page of Swords, Justice, 9 of Pentacles. Can see that? Perfect. Okay, so the way they've been acting is obviously not happening, right? Be cutting with their words, immature, or as well very much checking you out online but not really doing anything about it, right? Or vice versa. You may as well, being like that. You've been a bit, defensive with your words, but really you didn't kind of like meant what you were saying. You didn't mean it. You did just like, why anyhow, it doesn't really matter, because justice is going to be served, so the scale is going to be balanced. If you overacted and overreacted, I'm sorry, or that person did, doesn't matter. If it's a job thing, and obviously there's an idea of signing a contract, or if there's some legal action that needed to be pursued and someone really didn't treat you fairly, that will be sorted. Definitely. Justice is powerful, is obviously a major arcana, no fluffing around, right? It is possible as well that, maybe there's a point where you're going to say, well, enough is enough, you being really immature in your wording, and maybe even more, and that is unacceptable. So, no, I'm not taking it anymore. Or vice versa. The person might tell you, you know what, you've been pushing your luck here, bye. Okay. However, wow, you know what I'm saying? Powerful. Your energy is the energy of someone, male or female, doesn't matter, of someone who've been around a few blocks. In a sense, like you worked so hard, nothing was given to you for free or on a silver plate, or gold plate, whatever. And everything you've got is because you work for it. Okay, there was not like, oh yeah, that was so beautiful. No, boom, you have to work hard, right? So as a result, you're gonna get the fruit of your labor. You're gonna have your reward, and now you can kind of like relax and just enjoy the fruit of your labor, because you really, really deserve it. Okay, so justice is definitely being served. So whatever happened, and the way they acted, or the way you acted as well, it could have been like over the top or be defensive, but because you needed maybe to protect those reward as well, and that's why you thought, no, I'm not going to be treated like this anymore. I haven't been through everything I've been through to be treated in an immature way ever again, or in a very cutting way. You're dealing with this here. Woof. Don't do that, because pow, justice. Okay, so let's have a look and let's see. Yeah, any illusion that was around has to go, because you're manifesting really truly what you want and what you deserve, I should say. Because no fluffing around anymore, right? If someone wants to be cutting or immature or checking you out, okay, come on, let's go. Maybe that person has been checking you out because they're in a connection, they're another connection, and maybe they need to go through a divorce because obviously they know you are the one. And they manifested you because they knew that the relationship they were in was not appropriate any longer. It is very possible. Yeah. Someone is definitely going to apologize, whether you or them, whatever. But I feel it's going to be them that coming forward and say, I'm sorry, I've been acting like this. I've been, talking to you very badly, or I didn't mean what I said. I'm really sorry. And also opening up as a page again about their feeling, their emotions. or maybe someone, an employer, will come back and apologize. And they want to treat you fairly, and they also want to make you sign a contract that is, worth your time. The page, I don't have a problem with the page energy. Yes, it could be a difference in age. It is possible. But it doesn't mean someone immature always, it's someone that is also very pure. And when it comes to feelings, caps, yeah, it's someone who has, even though they can be old, it doesn't matter, but they have a pure, innocent heart. And, it's really a lovely energy, very soft, very gentle. So let's not, disregard that. It's beautiful. And then, of course, there's a way of healing each other and heal yourself, and also recharging battery, and just having a pause, just like breathe, because you deserve it. Obviously, you worked your socks off for a very long time. No, really. For a very long time. So it's time for you to put your feet up and have a cup of tea and a biscuit, really. So really healing, recharging battery, resting, and also for you guys to heal each other or heal the situation as well. Yeah, because there was probably a third party situation. It doesn't have to be, but at least some words was exchanged that was really harsh and inappropriate and probably not necessary. However, they happen for a reason, and the situation had to, obviously be going. I mean, the situation had to somehow progress, and justice has to be served. So it had to be, how can I say, confronted. I'm gonna find my word eventually. Right, and so yes, obviously you might be covering your heart, and that's okay. That's okay. That's understandable. Because you have a lot of love to give. You have a lot to give in general anyway. But obviously you don't want to waste your time with someone or something that is not worth it. And as well for them, because that could be reverse, and that could be a male. Obviously, it doesn't have to be female. They also have a lot of love to give, and maybe that explains why they were so defensive. Or sometimes really unfair, because they're actually trying to not allow you to come too close. It's actually very nice altogether. Yeah, it's the end of doesn't look like it's the end of the pain, the end of suffering, and it's a brand new day and a new dawn. So I'm gonna do one more because I'm naughty. Yes, someone was very much, pretending to be a certain way, but deep inside, they're very much a softie. So they're gonna have to open up, obviously. But I'm naughty. I'm just pushing it in my. Yes, because they gain clarity, and both of you, actually, you want to have a brand new start, and this time is really like we know exactly what we're doing, we know what we feel, we know what we want, and as a result, it's just like moving forward in the right direction, because we're both very clear. Brilliant. And that's how justice can be served, when the scales are absolutely balanced. Et voilà. So on this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.